Hello, my name is Lisa and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some fun tags out of index cards. So if you want to see how I get to these beautiful cards, stay tuned and we're going to make some more. Alright, so I'm going to move these out of the way. These, just a quick, I did these to just get a little warm up myself. So I chose some colors that are going to go with, I probably saw this page, my Mamagami paper. So I picked some colors that are going to go wonderfully with these. I felt, tag wise, like how fun will those be in this journal when I do this one. So that's why I chose these to start out with, see how they come through. And oh, they smell so good still. Oh, and by the way, if you watch the video, my hands did become unblue after I washed them. It didn't take too long, so crisis averted. All right, so I have an array of my distress inks here. I like getting these little ones in these fun colors. Usually I buy, when I get the bigger ones, like for the vintage photo, frayed burlap for the edge of the things, I get the bigger ones. I don't know how I got a big one in purple, but I do. But I usually just like to get the little ones because I don't use them that often in my journals. But it's nice to have a rainbow of colors here. So I do have a few other ones that I didn't pull, some grays and browns that I didn't pull, but I thought these were some fun colors. So we're going to start out with those. I do have a cheap tile that I got from Home Depot. I think you can buy like a single one for like 30 cents, maybe not even that much. I've had them for a while. I have a little spray bottle, little water to wet these down. I got some wet wipes here. Gotta get one out to clean up after my mess. You can use a paper towel or a rag, but it's going to get stained. I do let them dry, and then you can use them in other projects, so they won't go to waste. All right, so we are going to start by, I'm just going to wet that down a little bit just to get it started. Get this out of the way. And I'm going to go, my first test I had 5 only because I was doing them on my own, not talking. I'm going to just do 4 for the example, so it doesn't overwhelm the screen. I am going to push these out of the way. So I think I'm going to, since I did the brighter colors, I think I might work with the blues and greens. And purples to start, so we'll leave those a little bit more forward and see how they go. All right, now the index cards are the 3x5s, the smaller ones I got from the dollar store. You want to put the ink on this side. This side ends up running. The ink is not very strong for them, so you don't want to do it on that side, or maybe you do. Now I find this works a little bit better if I can get these index cards just a little damp to start. It seems to absorb the ink a little bit better if they're just ever so slightly damp before I start. You can do a dry one, but it doesn't seem to spread as well as it does with just slightly damp. I could have used a wet wipe to do this too, to get them damp. They are going to curl because they're wet, but they do flatten out after they dry. So, all right, this probably dried already for me yapping. I'm going to wet that a little bit now. All right, so we're going to start with, let's start with the blue. So here we have Salty Ocean. Oh, okay, so I'm just going to dab, get a nice thick coating of color on there. And then I'm just going to spritz it a little bit with water. And if you wait a second, because it's the distressed ink, it's going to start doing its distressing. And I'm just going to take these and I'm just going to kind of plop them down just to get some color, a couple spots. You can also do a swoosh for it. Now as it's, this is why I like to just do a couple also, not too many, because as you can see, it goes away a bit. So I'm gonna just spread that out a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna one's gonna be a little bit bluer. And we'll throw a little bit on here. Get some on there. Okay. And we'll wipe it clean. Okay. Try to get the bigger puddle off there. Now, in an ideal world, you'd like to have this dry in between coats because the wetness is going to mix with other colors and combine. I'm okay with it being a little bit wet, and it is. Well, let's do this one. This one's pine needles. This is kind of a bluish green. I'm fine with it being just a little bit wet and mixing colors. All right. Let that coagulate a little bit. Some of them do a little bit more than others. As you can see, this one did definitely. All right. Now you can get a little inky on your hands, so if you don't want to get the ink on yourself, you might want to wear rubber gloves. This a little bit wetter. We're going to just throw a little bit more water on here and get some green on there. Now you can sort of see how this became blue and green for this. Kind of mixed. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. All right, so let's do a little purple, I think, next. Now, since I got the big old wilted violet, might as well try using this one. That's the other reason why the little ones work good, because you can kind of just go in there and do a little bit more. There's my bottle. Smaller area. All right, let that pile up a little bit. All right. Ooh, it has a big purple smoosh. Okay. Now, I'll get a little water on there. So, as you can tell, some cards are going to have more of one color, some will have more of another color. They are, a little bit on there, they are all going to be different, which is what's fun about it. Some are going to have more of one color, some will have less of another color, and you just never know what you're going to end up with while you're doing this. Which makes it fun. Okay. All right, so let's go. Let's see if we can throw a little brighter green on there. I also like to, I don't like to go in the same order when I do them. Like I did that one first, so I'm not going to do this one first. I might do like this one first, so that the first one always doesn't get the same amount of huge splooges on it. They get different amounts as they go. So you can see how the purple came off because I'm not letting it dry, which, like I said, in between would be good. I don't have one of those like heat guns, I guess they're called. That's getting a little muddy. I gotta be careful. I don't have a heat gun to dry it, but that would definitely work in between to get it to go a little bit quicker and not have it run together. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe I want to put a little bit of let's see, I did salt the ocean with blue, right? Oh, peacock feathers maybe. I'm trying to, my hands are turning blue. I was wondering if I should throw maybe sort of a different shade in there, like a yellow or something, just to mix it up a little bit. All right, I'm going to try to be a little intentional with these, where there's not a spot already of something. And what's nice, if this thing ends up being too muddy in the end, it's just an index card and I could throw it away. Not a high value item that I'm wasting, you know, doing stuff on. So definitely messy. Okay, so shall I try a little bit of pink lemonade maybe? Okay, I think I'm gonna try it on my sploogey one. So that one might be the first one that I would decide not to keep. I definitely don't mind that. All right, we're gonna clean it off though and do it a little bit more yellow so it stays a little bit cleaner. We don't lose its yeah. All right, get a little yellow on this one. Okay. Okay. See, like I said, you make that, let that dry, and you've got a watercolor kind of print. Fun. That's fun. Okay, so I'll move this to the side a little bit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a couple little, maybe I could just spray it. I know it's probably wet enough, but I'm gonna try to get it to dry with some, I can kind of see it's happening a little bit. The water spots, the Distress ink likes to push away from the water. It's kind of almost like a oil and water. It doesn't like to mix. So I'll see if I can see one on here. See if I can see. You can kind of see up here, like the dots in the pink and the orange. It leaves a little bit of a water stain behind, which is kind of fun and interesting. It yeah, gives a little bit of character and depth to the colors. So you can kind of see it's kind of happening. I don't want to move it too much for this. So yeah, fun stuff. All right, so I'm gonna have to let this dry. This is not gonna dry in a matter of minutes, and see what the end result is. I will put a picture of them up at the end, and we'll go from there. So yeah, nice and quick, nice and easy, nice and messy. I hopefully you got some idea of how we go about and do these. I'll probably keep these also for my tags when I do my tag your it videos. These will be fun to add onto them. I might do a few more, but for now we're gonna call these done. I like the colors, they're pretty. So we got some brights and some darks, and we'll decorate them on a Tag Your It video. So, as usual, thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this process. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. I'd love to be able to hear from you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see future videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can see how these end up turning out and how they end up becoming tags in the end. So, that's going to be it for me today. Thanks so much, and have a wonderful and creative day. Bye now.